Okay, for you who are afraid of soldering the gold field, this video is for you. And my encouragement is just go ahead and try it. Hi, diary keepers, how are you doing? Today we are going back to tutorial mode. First of all, I would like to thank you with the bottom of my heart for you who have supported my very first vlog. At the beginning, I wasn't sure if I want to do this. I was so excited filming, editing. I feel like it's a different kind of video that I'm posting here on CBJ Studio Diaries. Unfortunately, I only have 10 views on the first upload, and on top of that, there's another problem, so I have to take it down and re-upload the second version. So I've lost some of the comments that you gave me, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much. All right, but today is another day, right? Before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is C. I am the creator of CBJ Studio Diaries, which I launched back in May 2024. Initially, my goal was to engage with social media so that I can boost my sales on my handmade jewelry, and I also would like to learn how to be speaking well in front of the camera. However, after gaining over 1,000 followers in less than a year, I feel like there's something more than this. As you embark on your creative journey, listening, hearing, knowing what others do that has the similar experience with you might really encourage you. Their stories can inspire you and it builds your confidence. If you are feeling unsure about your journey, looking at how others navigate their journey, it might give you motivation. So I am here for you with CBJ Studio Diaries. Let's learn together, encourage one another with positivity and love. Okay, back to the tutorial, right? This is the piece that I'm going to be making today. Actually, I'm wearing that right now. I'm going to put up the photo on the screen here so you can look at it in much more detail. So it's about gold-filled stud earrings. It needs to have a soldering work, but not a lot. I will show you the step-by-step from forging to soldering until polishing. So you're gonna have the whole package here today. It's gonna be amazing. Okiedoc, let's get to work. Start by cutting the wires. For the 18 gauge, we are cutting two pieces of 12 centimeters. For the 20 gauge, it's a pair of 1 centimeter each. Let's talk about these pliers that I use almost every day. These 3-steps pliers have different diameters, and I'm going to use the largest one. It has 10.2 millimeter diameters. You need to open the pliers and pinching the end of the wire in order to form it into a circle. Once it's done, I'm taking the flat nose pliers. With that, gently push back the wire and expand the circle to increase its size. This is one of the tricks to enlarge the diameter of a circle for you who don't have the adequate tools. Anyway, there's never be enough tools to have anyway, so having this trick on our back pocket is always useful. And at the end, the circle should have a diameter of around 13 to 14 millimeters. Still using the flat nose pliers, fork the leftover wire perpendicular to the circle. To give you an idea, this will look like a lollipop. No, cake pop. Apple caramel? You know, I'm sorry, I think I'm hungry. Next is the tricky part. Take a needle file and file the edge of the circle. The idea is that so the edge is completely touching the other end of the circle. Depends on where the edge meet, you may need to file it in BAs. Put back the edge into its place, which is in circle shape, and afterward push the two edges closer, and eventually it should touch. We will solder these two sides together.
So be careful, it has to be really touching. Now I have to put a Sharpie marker on the lollipop stick at exactly 5 millimeters. Please note this, we'll get back to it later. Next is to make the bigger circle using the ring pliers. Take the other end of the wire and make a circle. Make sure that the circle is large enough so that the other edge can touch the marker. Next, place the flat nose pliers on the marker and fold 90 degrees. I'm sorry guys, I do not have the footage of me folding it, but it should look like this. Now instead of the lollipop, the wire is now looking like a snowman with a neck. Sorry, I don't have any other reference for shapes. Matryoshka with a neck. Dear diary keepers, if you want to add another reference for this shape, just for fun, you're welcome to add. Thank you. Back to work, I open the circle perpendicularly and we are just going to file the edge. I'm leaning the piece on the bench vise to make it stable and start filing using the needle file. Once it's filed flat or biais, depends on how the edge fall on your angle, and put back the edge together to return to the circle shape. It doesn't have to be really closed because right now, using the parallel pliers, fold down the little circle including the neck to the inside of the larger circle. Do it slowly so we will not lose the shape. By the way, this is a half hard wire that I'm using. It may be hard to shape, but for a job like this, half hard is ideal. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of a adjustment and we're done. Right now, we want to slowly put the edge of the larger circle closer and eventually it will touch the other side. Just like the first circle, we will solder these together. Here I'm creating tension between the two edges by rocking them back and forth. And I'm also using flat nose pliers for more precise forging. And there you have it. Do you see that the edges has been filed incorrectly? Well, it happens. So what I'm going to do right now is to file the edge, this time in angle. This is just to say that I don't want you to worry about making mistake. Just go ahead and start filing and you'll see how to adjust the angle later. Alright, mine is done here. Let's take the 1 centimeter stud and file those flat. Still, today, I'm only using the needle file. I just want to prove that you don't need any power tool for this work. It's doable. And I'm marking the filed edge with a Sharpie. And let's get to the soldering block. First, this unglazed dish and the borax cone. I want to spray a little bit with water and start grinding. Put the piece on the plate and glaze as much as you can. This is the close-up look on how this setup look like. Lay the stud flat on the block and using a third hand, pinch the stud and slowly bring it closer to the stud, right on top of where you want to solder. I prefer to have it above the stud. Okay, now this sarang contains 14 karat yellow gold solder. Just put a small amount on both of the gap and we're ready to go. This titanium pick will take the place of my hand in case I need to move the pieces while they are in the fire. Show you how I operate my torch. Open the valve to let the air in and ignite. That's it. Let's fire on the Goldfield. Point it half of the time and make sure your hand is steady. Don't point for more than 5 seconds, I think, or 3. Anyway, I don't really count. Just as long as it's not pointing to the piece all the time, you should be okay. You're gonna ask, what if you fail? Well, you can always try again, but if you don't try, you'll never know, right? That is my philosophy. A little bit more, and done. The next step is either you let it cool by itself and quench this in the pickle jar later, or you are like me, being impatient. And just for your information, I never really heat up my pickle jar. It's rarely happened. The only time I heat it up, I will just go ahead and put it in the microwave. It works very well for me. I have tried using the baby bottle heater, but those got tired really fast. It took a lot of space, it did not work well, and it keeps on beeping. So I choose to use microwave to heat up my pickle jar. Okay, diary keepers, here is our beautiful hoops. Using the flat nose pliers, I'm adjusting the shape so it look more geometric. And normally after getting out of the soldering and pickling, the wires are sensitive. So this is the last shaping if you want to fix anything. And last but not least, hammering the stud. I love hammering edge. It gives sweet facets to the wire, catching more lights, and it gives more bling, I think. If you have watched my previous videos, you know that this is the only hammer I use to give a texture for either yellow gold-filled, rose gold-filled, or silver jewelries. And surprise, sometimes the hammerhead got scratched. You can run it on abrasive papers for from the low grade to high grade. It works. Let me know in the comment if you want me to show you exactly how to do it. I'll make a special video for you. Okie I'm giving a last fine tune using the flat nose pliers. And right now I'm going to harden the stud using a wooden mallet so it will not scratch the gold field. And lastly, optional for you is the polishing. Any green compounds work, I think. If you want to completely copy me though, well, I'm using this ZAM compound. It works like a charm. And the bits that I'm using is the wool felt, or any felt works, I think, as long as it doesn't leave any scratch. I mount this on the power tool, and don't forget to protect your hands because it's gonna leave a lot of residue. And you're gonna ask me, what if you don't have the power tool yet? Well, you can rub this compound in a cloth and just rub off the jewelry slowly. It will take way longer than using the power tool though, so um, be reminded on that. And next, I'm just wiping the excess polish compound with the tissue paper, just to see if they are well polished. Another option is to wash these off with the ultrasonic machine, or if you don't have that one yet, you can always use brush and wash it with the soap. It works very well for me. I've been using that for years before I bought this little ultrasonic machine. And here, last but not least, again, I'm giving it last fine tune. I'm hardening the stud again and make sure that the shape is nice. And also, I'm also hardening the stud using the wooden mallet. Another option to polish is using this sunshine cloth. It has aluminum oxide compound in it, so you can polish your gold-filled jewelry with this, and trust me, it works like magic. I've seen a lot of jewelry artists, especially those who works with wire wrap and gemstones. They don't want to ruin their stones or the wire is too fine and polishing it with the power tool might ruin the wrapping. So this is the best solution. Okay, we are done. This is how it look like when worn. These are available for you to purchase. Go ahead and check the description for the link. For you who are looking to enhance your look and so bored of wearing hoops earrings, this can be an alternative. And since we're spoiled with the sunshine these days, I took a nice photo right away. Goodness, life is so much easier with the sun, don't you agree?
Okay, for you who are afraid of soldering the gold field, this video is for you. And my encouragement is just go ahead and try it. If you like the style, but you're not sure if you want to do it in gold field, you can always do it in silver first or copper. However, there are certain regulations to be followed because each metal they have their own characters. For example, if you are using copper, it will take longer for it to melt because it has a higher melting point. Okay, I don't want to yapping about this since knowing that this is the end of the video. For you who are looking to be making something more simple, I have another tutorial also in Goldfield that you can check out. I'm gonna put it on the screen here. I think it's on the left screen, and also put the link on the description below. So basically, it's just a simple front-facing stud earrings. Dairy Keepers, I'm done here. Please click like to support me and don't forget to subscribe. Also turn on the notification bell. Share as much as possible this video. It does not cost you anything and they may be benefit from you. Stay creative, be generous, and see you on the next video. Goodbye.